tonight is not ordinary for you. The reason you can't settle your chest, your thoughts, your timing has a name. And before this message finishes, you'll recognize the pattern that's been delaying you, and you'll feel the shift land. Here's the thing that feels backwards, almost unfair. The more you've tried to force your life to make sense, the more delayed and heavy it's become. But the moment you stop chasing proof and simply let yourself be seen, everything starts lining up like it was waiting for you. You answer, "I'm fine," on autopilot, then lie awake staring at the ceiling, doing imaginary conversations in your head. You keep checking your phone even when you hate what silence feels like. You're tired of being strong in public and unraveling in private. Stay with me, because near the end I'm going to name the exact pattern you've been stuck in, and you'll recognize it instantly. And I'll give you one simple confirmation sign you'll notice within 24 hours. Not a superstition, a real shift you can feel. If you've been judged for being too sensitive, if you've been told you're overthinking, if you've been scared to choose because choosing means risking loss, listen closely. Heaven doesn't send you random numbers, random videos, random timing. They don't see a view count, they see a soul. And right now, something is moving in the unseen that hasn't fully revealed itself yet, like a door unlocking before you even touch the handle. The waiting you thought was punishment was actually protection. The fear you thought was weakness was your spirit sensing a shift. This turning point won't be loud, it will be precise, and it has a window. If you rush past it, you don't lose God, you simply fall back into the old loop. So stay for this part, because this is where the pattern breaks. Here's the promise I'm making to you. Before this message finishes, you'll recognize the pattern that's been following you, and you'll finally understand what it's been trying to lead you toward. My beloved child, don't skip. What comes next isn't a pretty promise for everyone. It's a living process already initiated in the unseen, with your name attached to it. And even if your mind is still arguing, your spirit knows you were led here on purpose. You've been carrying the weight of time in places no one applauds, showing up while your hope quietly thinned, and you learned how to look fine even when you felt behind. God saw your pain, your patience, and your silent prayers. And here is the part that sounds almost illogical, yet holy. You don't reverse by striving harder. You reverse by finally receiving what was always meant for you. Breathe, and notice how your shoulders drop. That's not coincidence, my dear one. That's your body recognizing safety, because heaven does not visit you to tease you, it comes to restore you. If you've been waiting so long, you started to wonder if you made up the calling. You're not crazy, and you're not forgotten. Now listen closely. Your reflection has been a battleground, not because you're vain, but because you've been judged, measured, and compared until you questioned whether you were still allowed to shine. This glow forming beneath your life is not cosmetic. It's consecrated, like grace weaving itself through what stress tried to steal. God is breathing youth back into your name, not as fantasy, but as alignment to the blueprint you were created with before disappointment taught you to dim. Hold still for a moment. Here's the small truth that matters. The shift doesn't begin in the mirror, it begins in the atmosphere around you. And that's why the air will feel softer when you wake, and why your face will look less like a warning and more like a home. And now, Let me take you deeper. What you're sensing is not imagination, it's recalibration, the kind that happens when heaven touches what humans can't reach, when the unseen corrects what the years tried to rewrite. Your hands stop bracing. That's a sign, beloved, that your nervous system is stepping out of survival and into restoration. But don't get comfortable in the old story, because the next phase carries weight. This blessing moves in waves, and the final wave doesn't just brighten you, it seals what started, so it can't be easily shaken by doubt, by opinions, by the fear of being seen again. People will notice something different, not just younger, but clearer, steadier, softer in a way that makes them stare twice, and some will call it luck because they can't name selection. Yet you will know the truth, my dear one. You stayed long enough for heaven to finish what it began in silence. And here's the open loop I need you to keep in your chest, because it's about to make everything click. Before this ends, I'm going to reveal the one hidden pattern that proves why this moment found you now, and why your next reflection won't just look renewed. It will feel like a message. My beloved child, stay right here and don't scroll, because what is about to unfold will finally explain why heaven guarded this exact moment for you, why the unseen waited until your spirit was ready, and why the change that started quietly inside you is now pressing up against the surface where the world can't ignore it. Your glow is becoming magnetic, not in a shallow way, but in a sacred way, like grace has stepped forward and decided to be visible through you, and people will pause around you without knowing why their hearts soften in your presence. You've carried yourself through seasons where you felt overlooked, where you did the right things in silence and still got measured, doubted, side-eyed. And if you're honest, my dear one, there were nights you wondered if you were ever going to be chosen out loud. God counted what nobody clapped for. If you've been afraid of being judged the moment you finally shine, you are safe here, and you don't have to shrink to be loved. Now listen, because this isn't a general blessing floating in the air. It's a spiritual process already set in motion beyond what your eyes can track. And you're hearing this because the timing is exact, not random. Stay until the end. The more you remain with this sound, the more the blessing settles into your reality. And you'll notice it in small proofs first. The softness returning to your face, the brightness returning to your eyes, the calm returning to your voice, like your inner world is being washed clean and your outer world has no choice but to follow. Hold your focus right now. Here's the truth. People from your past will start noticing the shift before you feel fully confident in it. And that's how heaven confirms what it has completed within you. Some will admire you, some will question you, some will suddenly remember your name, but their reaction is not your responsibility anymore, because your glow will speak louder than every old label they tried to place on you. And here's the escalation you need to understand, my beloved child. This radiance isn't just about beauty, it's divine attraction. It pulls the right things closer and pushes the wrong things out. And that's why your environment is about to rearrange itself. You may feel your throat unclench. That's your body releasing the fear of being seen, because heaven doesn't restore you just to hide you, it restores you to reveal you. Now, let me shift you gently. What you're calling attention is actually evidence, a visible confirmation that your faith built something real when nobody clapped. And the one who doubted your worth will soon face what grace constructed in you without permission. When you look in the mirror, don't just see features, see a miracle handcrafted by intention, a story rewritten in golden ink, not temporary, not fragile, but protected. And yes, the blessing is still expanding, which means each sunrise will bring new softness. Each night will restore what the day tried to take, and the peace on your face will become your signature. People will feel calm when you enter a room, even if you say nothing, because your aura has changed, and silence will start speaking for you. Here is the open loop I'm placing in your hands, my dear one, because it will make everything make sense when we reach the end. There is one specific sign you'll notice within the next day that will confirm this isn't imagination, but sealing. And when you recognize it, you'll understand why heaven waited and why it chose you now. My beloved child, don't move and don't scroll, because these next lines carry the reason your glow was activated. And it was never just to make you look better, it was to make you impossible to overlook when destiny calls your name. Bain, Rajo, and Tak. Heaven didn't restore you for vanity, my dear one. It restored you as a signal, a doorway, a divine notice placed on your life, so the right people recognize you without you begging to be seen. You've lived through the kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from doing too much, but from being misunderstood, overlooked, and expected to stay small while carrying everyone else's weight. And there were moments you wondered if shining would only invite more judgment. God saw your pain, your patience, and your silent prayers. When you step outside now, the atmosphere shifts, like the room inhales before you enter, and you'll feel your breath soften in a way that tells you this is not anxiety, this is alignment. Wait and listen. Here's the honest truth. The glow on your skin is only the surface, because the deeper blessing is confidence that doesn't need permission, clarity that cuts through confusion, and a calm charm no one can teach you, because it was placed there by the source, not by people. Don't skip. That energy others chase through fame, applause, and attention has been given to you freely as the reward of endurance, proof that heaven counts every unseen tear, and every day you chose kindness when bitterness would have felt easier. And now the escalation, my beloved child. As your light spreads, new connections will enter your life by divine timing, not coincidence. And some will come to lift you. Some will come because they need what you carry, and you must not misread it as random attention. It is assignment. Here's where it turns holy. The same light that healed you is now meant to heal others through your voice, your smile, your story. And God is positioning you in places where people feel drained, so your presence quietly reminds them what restoration looks like. You are no longer just hearing about miracles, my dear one. You are becoming living evidence of one, and that is why your glow is not fragile. It is indestructible, because it isn't makeup, it's mission. Now, let me shift you into what's next. In the coming days, someone important will notice you and feel drawn to your peace, your steadiness, your radiance. And you won't have to force the meeting, because it will feel arranged, like heaven already wrote the script. You will recognize it by one detail I'll explain at the end. And when you notice it, you'll understand why so many delays had to happen first, why you couldn't arrive here sooner without losing what this season is meant to give you. Your stomach loosens as you hear that, because part of you has been bracing for disappointment. But heaven is not leading you to another almost. It's leading you into a door that stays open. This is the moment where your glow turns into destiny, where time starts cooperating with your spirit, where what used to take years begins to move faster, not because life got easier, but because you finally stepped into divine alignment. And if anyone from your past tries to reduce you to who you used to be, let your peace answer them, because your light is leaving traces after you walk away, and that is your confirmation that purpose has begun. Stay with me to the end, my beloved child, because the final words will reveal the specific sign that proves this isn't a passing feeling, it's a sealing, and it will steady you the moment the door appears. My beloved child, don't scroll, because you've reached the point where your glow stops being private and becomes a movement, and what began as a quiet rescue in the unseen is now expanding beyond you, like light spilling out from behind a door that was never meant to stay shut. Bain, Raho, and Tak. Heaven is not only restoring you, my dear one, it is using your radiance to wake up the ones who stopped believing they could be renewed, the ones who kept showing up with tired eyes and brave smiles, the ones who learned to shrink so they wouldn't be talked about. He recorded every quiet yes you gave in the dark. And if you've been scared to be judged the moment you finally rise, hear me gently. You are not in danger for shining. You are in alignment. When you walk into a place now, people will feel calm without knowing why, because your presence carries peace the way incense carries fragrance, and your silence speaks relief into rooms that have been holding their breath for years. Stay until the end. This is not about you being admired, it's about you being assigned, because you were never chosen only to glow. You were chosen to inspire the ones who think it's too late, to remind them that grace can still find them, even after the years, even after the losses. Hold on. Here's a real sign. Strangers will open up to you faster than before, not because you suddenly became interesting, but because heaven upgraded your aura from beauty to influence, and people can feel safety on you before they can explain it. That's your purpose activating. Bain, Raho, and Tak. The radiance on you is beginning to carry authority, and wherever you go, alignment will start happening with less effort. Doors will open without you pushing, obstacles will lose their grip quietly, and you'll notice your heart races for a second, not from fear, but from recognition, because your spirit knows you've crossed a line you can't uncross. Now, let me shift you forward. There are angels guarding what's been placed on you, not as decoration, but as protection, because what heaven ignites cannot be put out by pressure, envy, or noise. And that is why your lane will feel different now, less crowded, more direct, more sacred. Don't skip. You are not competing with anyone, my dear one, because your story is not being written by human comparison. It's being written by divine timing, and what you carry will not crack with age. It will deepen with purpose. Bain, Raho, and Tak. The final phase is unfolding, and here is the escalation you need to brace for with peace. The echo of your glow will travel ahead of you, and your name will start being mentioned in places you've never entered. Not because you chased attention, but because destiny is calling witnesses. Every morning you wake, there will be a new layer of calm on your face, and your reflection won't only show youth, it will show resilience, rebirth, and a strength that looks gentle but cannot be moved. Pause right here with me. The small truth is this: what you're feeling is not mood, it's sealing, and it's tightening the thread between you and your next assignment. Stay until the end, because I'm going to reveal the one confirmation sign that proves this isn't a temporary lift. It's a lasting shift, and once you recognize it, you'll understand why heaven waited and why your era of favor is beginning now. Here's what's been secretly exhausting you. You've been trying to heal and be acceptable at the same time. You've been shrinking in advance, so nobody can reject you first. That's why you've been tired, because you've been living on guard. But this is the turn. You're not being restored to be tolerated. You're being restored to be seen. And the moment you stop negotiating your worth, your environment starts rearranging itself. My beloved child, don't scroll, because this moment is sacred, and it is not simply the continuation of your glow. It is the beginning of your reign, the point where heaven stops whispering and starts appointing. You have been crowned with divine youth and enduring grace, and everything that once made you question your worth is now being turned into the very reason people look at you with a kind of awe they can't explain. God saw your pain, your patience, and your silent prayers. If you've been waiting for the moment you could finally exhale without fear of being judged, my dear one, you are allowed to be seen now. You are allowed to be chosen now. You are allowed to shine without apology. Your shoulders drop when you accept that, because part of you has been bracing for rejection, even in blessing. But heaven does not restore you to embarrass you. It restores you to establish you. Hold this for a second. Here's what's real. The air around you will feel different, softer and brighter, not because life suddenly became easy, but because the atmosphere is responding to what has been activated in the unseen. And now, here's the shift. Your steps will feel lighter, your energy more magnetic, and blessings will begin trailing you quietly, not as luck, but as alignment catching up, as favor recognizing its rightful home. The spark that started as a private rescue is becoming a flame that no shadow can smother. And you no longer chase light, you carry it, which is why people are drawn to you even when you say nothing. Why rooms calm down around you, why tension dissolves without you trying. Don't skip. This chapter is the unveiling of your influence, because your glow isn't only for you anymore. It's generational. It will awaken healing in people who forgot how to believe in themselves, and your presence will become proof that restoration still happens in real time. When you speak, words of life will move through the atmosphere, and things near you will begin aligning in quiet harmony, because heaven didn't just polish your appearance, it tuned your spirit. It gave your voice a frequency of hope. Even nature will seem to answer you. A gentler breeze, a softer light, a strange calm that meets you in ordinary places, as if creation is bowing to the divine within you, confirming what eyes can't measure. But listen, my beloved child, this is not a fantasy of perfection. It is the reward of resilience. Every heartbreak turned into elegance, every waiting season turned into wisdom, every tear becoming clarity. Your breath softens as you hear that, because deep down you recognize the truth you tried to talk yourself out of. You were not delayed, you were being prepared. Stay until the end. You are entering an era where divine opportunities find you without you forcing doors, where what is meant for you arrives naturally, gracefully, precisely, and the world may call you inspiring, but heaven already calls you its workmanship. I'm placing in your spirit, my dear one, because it will keep you anchored when the increase starts coming fast. There is one clear confirmation sign that will appear as this coronation settles, and when I reveal it near the end, you'll understand why your radiance is multiplying and why this reign is not temporary, it's sealed. Now, my beloved one, let me guide you gently into what comes next, not as an instruction to earn anything, but as an invitation to align with what has already begun moving toward you. Nothing here is asked to speed you up or test your faith. This is simply about making room, the way you would open a window when fresh air is already on its way. In the days ahead, you might notice an old thought trying to follow you, a familiar fear, a quiet identity you once wore to stay safe, and when it rises, you don't need to fight it or analyze it. Only recognize it and allow yourself to set it down, even briefly, as a sign that you are willing to meet life differently. You may feel drawn to clear a small space in your environment, not dramatically, just a drawer, a corner, a surface where things have quietly gathered. And as you do, let your hands move slowly, with awareness, knowing that this is not about order but about permission, about telling your nervous system and your spirit that there is space for something new to arrive. You might find yourself wanting to write a few words, not a perfect vision or a polished plan, just an honest sentence about what you're ready to receive or who you are becoming. And that writing is not a contract with heaven. It is simply a way of listening to yourself more clearly. Pay attention to what repeats softly around you, a phrase you keep hearing, a theme that returns, a choice that presents itself more than once, because alignment often speaks quietly before it speaks clearly. And when a moment comes where you are invited to say yes in a small, ordinary way, a conversation, a rest you usually deny yourself, a step that feels gentle but unfamiliar, allow yourself to respond without rushing or overthinking, trusting that readiness does not always feel like certainty. You do not need to be flawless, brave every moment, or spiritually composed to participate in what is unfolding. You only need to be present enough to notice and kind enough to yourself to allow one more degree of openness than yesterday. If you feel tired, rest. If you feel unsure, pause. If you feel hopeful, let that hope breathe without trying to protect it. Everything that was spoken before this moment is already at work beyond your effort, and what you are being invited into now is not labor, but cooperation, not striving, but spaciousness. Let your days become slightly quieter, your attention slightly kinder, your choices slightly more honest, and trust that this is enough. The unseen has already moved, and your only role is to walk forward at your own pace, grounded, awake, and willing to receive what is meeting you there. My beloved, what you felt while listening is real, and the reason it felt personal is because it was meant for you. Here is the answer to the promise you carried through this message. The pattern that's been delaying you isn't that you're unworthy, it's that you keep waiting to feel certain before you move. You've been trying to think your way into peace, but peace doesn't come from perfect clarity. It comes from one faithful step that breaks the loop, and this is the moment it breaks. Here is your confirmation sign within the next 24 hours, something simple, not mystical. You will face one small moment that usually triggers your spiral, and you will respond differently. It might be a message you finally answer without rehearsing worst-case outcomes. A boundary you finally hold without guilt. A decision you finally make without begging for everyone's approval. And when you do, you'll feel it. Your chest won't clench the same way. Your shoulders will drop on their own. That quiet steadiness is the seal. That is the shift landing. And here's the deeper proof. The outside won't change first. You will. Your nervous system will stop bracing. Your mind will stop bargaining. And suddenly, the right things will feel lighter to choose, and the wrong things will feel easier to release. This is how heaven restores you, not by loud spectacle, but by realigning you from the inside out until your life begins to match your true name again. The miracle isn't that everything changes overnight. The miracle is that you stop abandoning yourself in the moment you're tested. As it is written, Psalm 46:10, "Be still and know that I am God." Not because you have to force stillness, but because stillness is where you recognize you were never abandoned, you were being prepared. If your heart feels stirred, you're gently invited to place one honest sentence in the space below, not to perform, not to explain, just to be real. You can write, "I'm ready to move without fear." Or name what you're releasing, or name what you're ready to receive. God sees what is written with sincerity, and no prayer placed here is overlooked or forgotten. You are not exposed, you are accompanied. Go in peace, my beloved, and stay close to that quiet knowing.